Hello everybody, welcome to Ugaragwen Music. Today we're finally going to get to talk about this guitar, the Jet JS300. So how's life treating you all? Good? Thank you for coming back if you've been here before. If you've not, my name is Paul, and here at Ugaragwen Music we talk about guitars, we talk about records, and somewhere down the line we'll probably talk about some of the musical stuff as well if that's of any interest to you. Thank you very much to the 109 people I think who've subscribed to this channel so far. That's very good of you. I do appreciate it, so thank you so much. 109 people, all waiting to see me talk about bits of wood and bits of vinyl. What's that all about then? Listen, I've waited quite a while to get my hands on one of these guitars. This is the Jet JS300. Now, the first one of these that I ordered arrived, and it arrived damaged. The second one arrived, and it was pretty much unplayable because it was just so badly set up. So both of those went back. With regard to the first one, and this is worth bearing in mind if you're going to order one of these guitars online, it just came in one box, the standard kind of triangular box that Jet guitars come in, and it had been damaged in transit quite badly. I'll put a picture in if I've still got it on my phone so you can take a look at what I'm talking about. Just a couple of things before I forget. First of all, if you like this video, please go and check out my video of the Jet JS400 as well. But more importantly, bear in mind, I do like to swear a bit, okay? So if you don't like swearing, this ain't for you, okay? Cheerio. So if these things don't come double boxed from the supply you get them from, there's a chance that'll happen, because one of the ways that Jet Music obviously keep their prices down is to reduce packaging. Great for the environment, bad for the product. So the second one that I ordered came, and it came perfectly packaged. It came from Merchant City Music in Glasgow. And here we go. I'm not sponsored by these people, but there we go. Can you see that? Merchant City Music, I think it was Peter that I spoke to, and they did a really, really good job of packaging the guitar. Excuse me, it came double boxed with loads of packing inside it, and more to the point, the guitar arrived pretty well set up as well. They've obviously taken the guitars out of the boxes when they arrive from the distributor, and taken the time to adjust the necks on them, check for any buzzes or rattles, and do a basic setup on them, which makes a massive difference to these guitars. Just backtracking a little bit, the one that I got that arrived, which was unplayable, it had just come from a box shifter. I'll not mention any names, but they've just recently gone out of business. Read into that what you will. And it had just come off the shelf, been thrown in the back of a van, and nobody had looked at it since the guy who put the QC sticker on the back threw it in the box. It was absolutely fucking terrible. So back it went. So fair play to you, Merchant City Music. You've done a good job, and I heartily recommend it. If you want one of these guitars, like I say, I'm not sponsored by these people, but if you want to buy one, get it from Merchant City Music, because they will take the care to make sure you get a guitar in good condition, even at a low price point like this. And they must be losing money on these things by the time they've set them up and spent time with them. But they still ship them out. £159 I paid for this guitar, I think. You can't go wrong at that price, can you? So let's talk about the guitar itself in a bit more detail. First and foremost, we've got to mention the price of this guitar. They're obviously built to a price point, and here in the UK you can pick these up for £159, £169, which it's the bargain of the century, isn't it? Comparable stuff from Squire or from Epiphone, you can get a similar kind of price, but you cannot get the same quality. Take it from me, and I've owned a lot of Squire guitars and a lot of Epiphone guitars. These things are just put together much, much better. So in terms of value for money, straight off the bat, this is a winner. They come in a whole variety of different colours, which is quite good if you buy one of these because it's your first guitar and you're just getting into it and you want an exciting kind of colour. They come in they come in black, obviously, which is my favourite. You can get them in gold if you can find one. They're a little bit thin on the ground. I think they do a red one, a seafoam green one, a blue one, a sunburst one. They just all look really, really good. And if you're a new player, in fact, not just if you're a new player, if you're a player full stop, looking cool with your guitar, that's a big part of the job, isn't it, right? That's what we all do it for, because we're all looking for attention. I certainly am. The fact that I'm telling you this on here kind of proves that point, doesn't it? But look. Let's take a look at the things. We have a lovely shaped headstock. It's very different. I say very different. No, you know what? I take that back. It's similar, shall we say, to the Fender style of headstock. Reminds me a little bit more of the kind of Washburny sort of thing. You remember them back from the 90s? A little bit like that. But obviously, they changed the headstock so they don't get sued by Fender for copying the design. Simple as that. But it's nice. It's not, it's not kind of too chunky or too heavy. It has the Jet logo. Is that screen printed on there or is it just stickered? I think that's a sticker. But it looks nice. There's one string tree to hold these strings down. Could the string trees be better? Yeah, they could be little kind of the roller ones where the strings roll under them rather than just get caught under them there. But you know what? For this price, who fucking cares? Go online and buy one on eBay. They're about £5. What's it matter? Reasonable enough tuners, I think, as well. I've heard other people say that they don't really like the tuners, that they're a little bit notchy and a little bit cheap. What do you want, man? It's £159 fucking pound. What do you want? You know, they work, they tune the guitar, they hold the strings, they keep it in tune. Jobs are good, right? We can't complain. They're all okay. You get a bone nut, which is nice. Keeps everything nice and tidy there for you. Would have been nice if it was kind of Graphtec, I suppose, wouldn't it? But, you know, you pays your money, you takes your choice. Doesn't matter to me. Stick a bit of grease in there, a bit of graphite. You will not know the difference, I promise you. Reminds me, I've put some new strings on this guitar because I always do when I get a new guitar because I'm a fussy fucker. They don't necessarily need it when they arrive, but the strings they come with, they are a bit cheap and cheerful, but they will do the job, okay? If you're a beginner or you're buying your first guitar, don't be thinking, oh shit, what a panic, I've got to buy new strings. What sort of strings do I buy? How do I do it? Do not worry. The strings you get with it will be absolutely fine to get you off the ground and to get you up and running, okay? Don't worry about it. So I have put new strings on this guitar because I took it out and gigged it last weekend. And I wanted to make sure I'd gigged it and played it properly before I did my review, just so I knew I wasn't, you know, spouting shit and shortchanging it. But we'll get to that. Don't worry about that. The neck is Canadian roasted maple. Look at that. Now, just like on the JS400, which is next to me here, the necks on these things are just phenomenal. They are so, so good. Even if you threw the rest of the guitar in the bin, which you're not gonna do because you're not fucking stupid, and just kept the neck. Oh, God. Sorry, that looks a bit fruity, doesn't it? I won't do that. But they're great. They're lovely and smooth. There's no varnish on them. Nothing that's gonna, you know, encumber your playing in any way. The fret edges all appear to be nicely rolled as well, which is a nice touch. It's something you'd only get normally on something a bit more expensive, isn't it? The fret ends are dressed well. You know, the frets themselves, which I think are nickel, are also good frets. I gave these a bit of a polish over with some quad zero wire wool when I was changing the strings, just to take the kind of, you know, the dullness of them. Makes no difference. You can polish your frets if you want. Makes it a little bit nicer to play. Again, do we care? Do we fucking shite? We don't care one bit. Other than polishing the frets a little bit, that's all I've done to the neck on this guitar. I've not needed to adjust the truss rod because it came perfectly fine, as I've said. Would guitars of this price point benefit from having all their frets leveled and dressed? Yeah, I guess they probably would. But you know what? In the real world here, as long as there are no kind of buzzes, rattles and things, it's fine. I'm perfectly happy with it. From the point of view of the action on the guitar, can you see that on there? It's probably round about I guess 1.5 millimeters at the 12th fret there on the low E string, and about, I don't know, God, similar on the high E, but a bit less. I've no way of measuring it. I'm not an expert, and as I always say with these things, I fucking don't care, right? People agonize about this shit. Don't bother. Is it comfortable? Yes. Does it play well? Yes. Then it's good enough, right? If it fights you back a bit, even better, all right? Don't make your life easy as a guitar player. Struggle, sweat for your art. Bleed. Okay, moving away from the neck. The body of the guitar, it's obviously a Strat style guitar, Strat style body. However, on the back, there's one major difference from most Strats. Not all Strats, I don't think, but most Strats. You get this lovely cutaway here, yeah? Which, can you see that? Can try and get a reflection so you can see it. There you go. Which you don't always get on a standard Fender Strat. Now that's great. That's really important for when we're kind of, you know, soloing away up here, because we all do that, don't we? It'll really make no difference, I guess, but it's a nice thing to have. It's another one of those things like the rolled fretboard that you wouldn't expect on a guitar that was as reasonably priced. I almost said as cheap. No, as reasonably priced as this one. You wouldn't expect that. Coming back round the front, you've got a 5-way, oops, there we go, a 5-way selector switch, which is as you'd expect on any other style of Fender type guitar. You have 3 single coil pickups. These are the ceramic pickups, not Alnico. And once again, people like to complain about these pickups. Oh, God help us. Yeah, they're just cheap pickups. Swap them out, man. Put something more expensive in. Listen, don't fucking bother putting different pickups in these guitars. It's a waste of your time and of your money. Enjoy what's there. They're ceramic, which makes them a little bit hotter and a little bit more powerful, which is quite good in my book. You know, you can pay, if you were to put a set of Texas Special pickups in there, that'd cost you a lot of money. And people do that because they're hotter pickups than the standard ones in Strats. So live with it, enjoy it, right? Make the best of it. There's fuck all wrong with it. It sounds good. Not that you're going to know from this video, because as usual, I'm not going to plug it in because I'm not a fret wanker and you don't want to hear that. You've come here to hear me talk shit, not play shit, right? It can be arranged, but that's not what you've come here for. We have your standard vintage bridge and saddles in there. It's actually got a trem arm with it, and in typical style, I've not thought forward and I've not taken that out of the case, but there is a tremolo arm that goes in there, and if you can see there, it doesn't screw in, it actually just sockets straight in there, and it works okay. But from my point of view, I never use a trem, so I keep it, you can see I keep it kind of slammed flat, which incidentally is the way this came. It didn't come with a floating trem, so if you wanted to do that to your guitar, you need to take the panel off the back, there we go, and adjust the springs on it to take some tension off it and retune it so you could make your tremolo arm float. For me, don't care, never use it. I'm perfectly happy with it being the way it is. You've got your regular tone, that one says volume, not tone, volume and 2 tones, which work in, as you'd expect, overall volume. Tone number 1 works with this one, tone number 2 works with that one. This one here, the tone doesn't use it at all, bypasses it. And your jack goes in there for your output socket in a typical kind of Fender Strat way. Just for comparison, I've got over here the Jet JS300. I've kind of not thought this through, have I? There we go, I'll put that one kind of down there and just pray it doesn't fall on the floor, eh? The 400 has the humbucker in there, and it also has a different neck pocket on it there, well, you can see, there we go, that one's got the kind of 4 studs in it, and this one has a traditional kind of plate that you'd expect. Oh look, it's got the word Jet Guitars on the back of it. Pretty cool, eh? Again, it's about preference, isn't it? You know, they don't make an awful lot of difference in the terms of the neck pockets, and if I'm being completely honest, the humbucker doesn't make a massive difference. A little bit, but not you know, not so much as you'd be worried about it. But like a lot of these guitars that fall into this price point, it can be a little bit hit and miss, I guess. Even though the necks on these guitars, from what I can tell, are identical, they are the same. Probably made in the same factory on the same shift at the same time by the same guys. I kind of prefer the neck on this, and it's that strange thing that you can't quite put your finger on if you're a musician. Someone would say to you, well, why do you prefer that? The same, and I'd go, I don't know. But I played this at a gig on Saturday night, and this one as well. I kind of played them back to back, and as much as I enjoyed playing this, and I did enjoy playing it, it was absolutely fantastic. It put a big old smile on my face. When I put this one down and picked up the JS400, I enjoyed playing that one more, and that's purely my preference. You know, there's no tangible reason for me to say that. There's nothing that would make me think, oh, I wish I hadn't bought this. I wish I just bought two of these. Not at all. This guitar is absolutely superb, and I'm so glad I've got my hands on one at last. And I would urge you to buy one too. If you're looking for a guitar which is in this kind of price bracket, don't go thinking to yourself, oh, I've got to go and buy myself a fucking Squire that'll be set up shit and set up badly, or I've got to go on Facebook Marketplace and buy some other old crud that's been knocked about and I don't... Look, do yourself a favour, particularly if this is going to be your first guitar, or if it's a guitar that you're buying for a friend or family member as their first guitar, okay? Do not buy second-hand for your first guitar if you're inexperienced. Once again, give these people a call, okay? Tell them you've watched my video, yeah? Then maybe they'll send me some free strings or something. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Doesn't matter. Call them, because they have been really good to me, and they've really presented me with a great guitar. I paid full price for it. I have no problem with that. I'll buy from them again. If you want one, buy one from Merchant City Music. Don't go to one of the box shifters, because I've made that mistake, and the one that I ordered, it was terrible. It was terrible. And that's the gamble. I could have spent 50 quid on it and some time in setting it up. But as somebody who was new to guitars, would you know how to do that? Probably not. So save yourself the time and the trouble. Buy something good in the first place, like this, because it is, or that. If you like a 400 with a humbucker in it, go for it. You won't be disappointed with either of them. But this particular review is about this guitar. So I'm going to say to you, you will not be disappointed. Buy one, enjoy it. If you want to modify it, you know, if you've got to scratch that itch, okay, but don't come and tell me about it. You know, don't be posting in the comments, oh yeah, they're shit at standards, you've really got... No, you've not got to upgrade them. If you want to upgrade it, fine. Fucking keep it to yourself, all right? What you do in your own home, in your own time, with your own guitars and your own screwdrivers, it is your own fucking business, right? Keep it like that. Me, I like them stock, because keep them that way. If I decide to sell it to somebody else, it's completely stock, and the person I sell it to has got no worries. I don't want to think, oh, I'm going to sell this for more because it's been modified, it's been upgraded. No, it's not, pal. Don't waste your time. Buy one, enjoy it, thank me later. So there you have it. As usual, it's probably not much of a review, is it really? It's just me, you know, spouting shit about a guitar. But hey, you know, that's all right, isn't it? That's what we're here for. Who cares? We're all friends, aren't we? To sum up, there's nothing about this I don't like. Nothing. Nothing. I would buy these things all day. You know, they're almost disposable. You could almost buy one, use it for a couple of gigs, give it to charity, donate it to somebody else, and go and buy another one, right? It's at that kind of price point, 159 of your earth pounds here in the UK. What that is in dollars or in euros or in rupees or rubles, I don't know, okay? But it's reasonable enough. For a guitar which is produced somewhere in Asia, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have a sticker on it to tell me, but it's going to be China or Indonesia. Fantastic quality from start to finish. Wherever this was made, they've done a bloody good job of it. Superb. Yeah, I'd buy it and I'd play it all day without a care in the world. So look, as usual, please give me a like, please give me a share, please give me a subscribe, all that happy crap. But until the next time, take care, stay safe, don't let the bastards grind you down, and we'll speak soon. Cheerio.